Boom! We're off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy. He always brings cold beer, Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
Always been cold beer. You call that a mustache? Like, what are we doing Movember for? If that's the mustache, that's nothing. That's 4 weeks right there.
It is about 4 weeks, but usually I let it go a little longer down the sides.
7 days. Look at that.
And on
Man
the 8th
style.
day?
What?
And on the 8th day?
On the 8th day, I shave because it gets itchy. It gets gray in here. It's not sexy.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. Whatever platform you're watching, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. We'll definitely listen to everything that people have to say. Episode 103, Pitches Be Crazy, which is a couple of meetings that we're going to get into. Before we do that,
103 on the radar gun, like my boy Syndergaard. Out.
What are you drinking, Zachy?
Cold Allagash Whites. Not that warm crap from last week. Those bastards. Go on. What are you drinking?
I got something special today going back to
I got a flu shot today. Can I have beer and a flu shot in the same sitting? I could do that, right?
I think it's just
You're
not...
a faux doctor.
You just can't have antibiotics. But why'd you get a flu shot?
I don't know. I was told to get a flu shot. It's flu season.
If everybody got a flu shot, would you get one?
Yeah, I did. And I tried to talk them into the COVID booster, but she said no, I'd make an appointment, which Jenna already made for me on the shush.
You should not be getting both shots in one day. That feels like a big no-no.
One in each arm. Bang, bang.
Are you sure you don't want it? Just put it in one syringe and just stick it in one time?
A cocktail. Yes. Give me a swoosh. Give me the swirl.
Speaking of cocktails, I am going back to the DeClaw Brewing Company, which is a Baltimore beer. It is called...
them?
Might as well. Anything
Speaking
Baltimore.
Up to the moon, baby. Rivian.
Sour Me Strawberry French Toast beer.
That's going to be so bad.
I'm
It's
so
going to be
excited
everything you think it's going to be.
I'm hoping it's going to be good. It's an ale brewed with cinnamon puree, lactose, dark maple syrup, cinnamon, nutmeg, and ground vanilla bean. Release a Kraken.
So you read that, and your instinct was, oh, I hope this will be good.
Cheers, Zachy.
Cheers.
Tastes like a sour beer with some strawberries.
A she-wolf from Beer Fest. It's a strawberry beer. It's okay. Oh, Jesus. Again, this guy. Every time. He's back. Your mustache grew a little bit. Three inches. Oh, that 14.1-inch guy. Or foot guy. Go on.
Little play on words here with Pitches Be Crazy, because there's been a lot of news about pitchers that I wanted to get into, but right before this podcast, you told me a fantastic story about your last night about a pitcher.
Oh, yeah. I got thrown at in
slow pitch.
No, it's medium pitch. It's Yorkville. Medium pitch
not.
softball. Well, this one was. So, a little known baseball rule that none of us knew. So we had the playoffs last night in softball. If you win, you get to play the next game. So we won our first game, and so did the team we've played a million times. So we met them in the finals. 8:30 at night by the river. It's like 4 degrees outside. We're all freezing. Anyway, we had a runner on third base, and one of our girls hits a slow roller, like literally up the line. It hits third base, hits the runner standing on third base, goes pretty much right into the third baseman's glove, and he throws her out by a mile. The ump goes, dead ball. She's awarded first base because it hit the base and a guy who was standing on the base. Now, had he been standing off the base, he'd have been out, or if he was standing in foul, it would have been a live ball. Because of this technicality that no one knew, she was awarded first base, and the other team's pitcher went bananas. Like George Brett out of the dugout.
Love it.
Screaming, like stomping around the mound. I'm up next. I'm like standing there on deck. I get there, and he whips a fastball pretty much at me. He threw at me. I look at him. I was like, what the fuck? I've known you for 10 years kind of guy. Our pitcher plunked him the next time he was up, but like lightly. Just
Plunk. These balls are going 17 miles an hour.
His was going 23. Either way, he apologized after the game. This guy is a school teacher. He teaches little kids. A lunatic, this kid.
I know nothing about him. I
learned that yesterday. I asked him, like, he was complaining about how hard it is to get to 6 o'clock games. I go, what do you do? He goes, school teacher. It blew my mind. The guy was throwing.
I don't know what our team does for a living. I don't know what you do for a living.
I'm a transponster, but I'm not molding young minds and then throwing at somebody on the side. Softball game. Maniac.
That was
He has
always the best part about dodgeball, is that it was just people screaming like children in a gym, and it was all like doctors and lawyers. It's like,
yeah.
we're all children. We're all children out there.
Oh, I one time played a round of golf. I was a single, and these three guys knew each other. Doctor, a lawyer, and a cop. And you couldn't tell who was who. The lawyer was by far the dirtiest. He used the C word like it was a comma. By the third hole, he's in a wife beater and like an oversized pants. He's like a mess. They're drinking cigars, the whole thing. The cop
the
was by far the
word.
calmest of that's the downgrade of what he used. This guy, the cop, was by far the calmest of the three of them.
As he should be.
The doctor and a lawyer. Lawyers cursing up a storm. Anyway.
So it's a good little story that I wanted to tie in just because it works so well, because we got an array of topics for today's episode.
Cliffhanger. We have an array of topics, a veritable cornucopia Thanksgiving teaser. We'll see what's doing next week with Thanksgiving.
Your boy Snydergaard, bon voyage.
Let him go. I would have actually given him the same money, but I don't love him as a starter. He's a tax on the bullpen because the guy can't go more than 4 innings when he's healthy, and he's never healthy. I would have rather seen him be a gadget guy in a bullpen like Andrew Miller was a few years ago, but he fancies himself a starter. Meanwhile, it gives me the red ass, that great, amazing R.A. Dickey trade that we were all rock hard for. Syndergaard gone, Darno ring in Atlanta. Fuck me. So there's that.
It's interesting because Syndergaard took...
Joanne, that stash is not looking fabulous. She's just pandering to you. It looks terrible. The stash is trash, as Clyde Frazier says.
Have you ever met Joanne in person before? Maybe?
No, only on trivia.
So
maybe once.
I've always led when
I'm happy to call
her,
anybody Babe. Joe Babe. That's a good name. I'll call you Babe.
When people don't know her, I always say, oh my God, you are going to love this girl. And then they meet her, and afterwards they go, you just love her because she laughs at all your jokes. And I went, yeah, pretty much. That's the way to my...
Let's bring her on over.
She's the best audience. When I'm performing on stage, I'm putting that girl front and center every time.
Nice. Yeah, come on over here. Laugh at my jokes too. I'll feed you, wine you, dine you. I'll give you what you need. It's all good.
So Snydergaard, who took a little bit more money than the qualifying offer from the Mets to go to the Angels, who cares, whatever. He's pitched all of two innings in the last 2 years, which makes next to no sense.
Yeah, but the Mets very weird. Give him a chance to match. That's the annoying thing. He just wanted out in New York.
How familiar are you with him and the whole call her daddy girl story? Do you know any of that or no?
A while back. I don't know. I forgot about it.
It's a big podcast. The girl Alex Cooper, blah, blah. She always just talked about her boyfriend, and it was him. She would just constantly talk about a tall guy on the Mets with long hair who was a pitcher. And it was like, you can just say Syndergaard. We know at this point. I think, Zach, he's moving out there to follow her. He's chasing her out there, the podcaster.
He's chasing tail? Good for him.
She's making more than he is right now. She signed a huge
more than $21 million a year?
She signed a big deal. I want to say $40 million for a couple of years. No, I don't know if it's for a year, but she definitely
21 for one.
She gets merch rights. I'm just telling you that it's close. Like it's close enough that you got. I mean, she's one of the more.
I'm sure she'll definitely work harder than him because he doesn't ever do anything. So there's that. I'm happy to just let him go. Like if you gave me my druthers, I would have put him in the pen for like a 2-3 inning guy. Like you could throw in the fourth if your guy's struggling, or an extra inning, like whatever.
The long man, he's not a long man.
The gadget guy, the Andrew Miller.
Certainly not what I heard on the podcast. Definitely not a long man.
Really, he's just a little guy. Bregman. Anyway, that's what I would want him for. Like, okay, I got to talk. Like the heart of the order coming up in the 6th. Bring him in. Games going extras, bring them in. Pitchers getting shelled in the 3rd, but somehow we're still in this thing. Bring them in. Whenever you need a spark. But he would never do that. So
definitely not.
Let him go.
Second pitching topic that I saw. Did you see Adam Wainwright at the local fair carnival?
No, that I missed.
Wainwright, how he goes around being 6'7" and most likely in his hometown and people didn't know who he was. He went to the dunk tank at the local carnival, and they have the clown that's like, first pitch, he gets 2 balls. First pitch, sinks him right away. Puts the other ball down, walks away. I thought that was great.
Did he throw a fastball or the curve?
Does it matter?
It does when you're a Met fan. Trust me, it does.
I'm just trying to think, is there any talent that you could have? Because if you're Steph Curry and you go to
If I'm Steph Curry and I go to the 3-point contest, look at this asshole. The internet. Oh, this guy. Like a walking ad for Nike. So if I'm Del Curry and I go to the 3-point contest, yes, I can still drain him. Go on. When do we call... Joanne, up to you. When do we call time of death on this thing? Post it. You let me know. This is just rough. Do I text him? What are we doing? Here he is. Orioles. It's an Orioles Nike shirt. That I didn't see. My shirt, golf outing. So I pretty much only wear around the house. Julia, reset the modem. Emilio. Restarted it? What are we doing?
Try. I don't know what you want me to do.
I want you to make it happen. It's happened. It's good. Just don't move. Hold like a wire hanger up. Just like tinfoil and whatever like they used to make the TVs work in the 70s. Good times. Good times.
So how was
my what? My day? Yeah, it sucked. Yours? It can't be worse than that. You have nothing to do all day. You have one job. You make the internet work. He's back. Wait, it's good now. Leave the headphones off. Whatever works. Go. Skip the trivia, quick.
Anyway, I thought the Wainwright thing was absolutely amazing. I thought it was just great that he did that. I would do that every single time.
Yeah. So if I'm Steph Curry, you left on a cliffhanger. Go on.
Or even though I can't think of any way, because at least the rim at a carnival is a little smaller for basketball. But if you're a pitcher,
the rim at the carnival was like an oval. There's no way you get the ball in there. You couldn't put anything. It's impossible.
If you're an MLB pitcher, you just drill that thing every time, right? You're just no problem. You almost do it for fun.
Yeah. You might as well throw at the clown at that point. Forget the dunk. Just drill a clown. Just
with the curveball that goes around the thing.
Right in the forehead. Just, like the clown and Billy Madison. He's just laying there bleeding.
So this past weekend, I watched that new Red Notice movie, the one with The Rock and Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds. She can do no wrong. Oh my God, she's perfect.
Anything.
I've come to the realization I'm a TV guy, not a movie guy.
Great.
There was nothing wrong with this movie. It was fine. I could tell you it was an Indiana Jones, Fast and Furious, the Mr. and Mrs. Smith, True Lie, whatever. You know what? Not for me. I don't know what to say other than
Mr. and Mrs. Rosenbaum with her in there.
These movies, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
Comedy movies do it more for me. They keep it going, but
I get it. Nowadays, I'd rather watch an interesting series. I mean, we're watching this. You know, I told you the Dope Sick is good. And
I didn't realize I was on Hulu. I don't have Hulu because my sister won't give me her password. I'm not too cheap to pay for.
I know a guy.
Yeah, you or Julia.
Bless you. Yeah. Moving on. That was just one realization I had. But talking about TV, Saturday Night Live.
I couldn't get through most of it.
Oh my God, is it painful?
They need to get a comedian.
Why do you watch it? I have my reasons. Why do you watch?
A, I like sketch comedy. I like the show. And B, I'm 41 and I've got a kid. So where the hell else am I going to be at Saturday night? That thing could be on at 9 o'clock. I'd be watching it. I'm home. Like, what am I doing?
I'm with you.
And I like Weekend Update. Those guys are good together. I don't love when they bring on like a cast member as a faux character to give me their hot takes. If it's not Opera Man, you've lost me. But I watch it because it's on TV. I don't know. But that's why. I could, I would miss it if it went off the air. It's been on for so long. It's launched great careers, although I don't see anybody of merit in this cast. Please. Then this to me, no. There's nobody good there. There's nobody you could see like a Will Ferrell, like, oh, that's the guy. He's going places. Good luck. Any of these guys. Andrew Dismukes, he's going places. Come on, he's like 11.
No idea that it was even a person.
Yeah, he's one of those featuring guys. He's like laying on a bench.
Cool.
Exactly.
People ask me.
This is just pain. This is like nails on a chalkboard here. I'm
gonna watch it. I want to know what they're doing. I want to know what they're trying. But It's horrible. It is absolutely
It's
horrible these
horrible.
days.
It hasn't been a
And the
good
best
skit since
is
the bra barn with the Queen's Gambit girl. That was funny.
it was good. And the
Yeah.
best was this past week with the opening bit where they just take a shot at Rogan and then all the broper people of the world just attack the shit out of Michael Che. And he's going back and forth because he has a stand-up special coming out today. Had no idea. No clue.
I thought the three sad virgins thing was mildly chucklesome. I laughed from that. It went on way too long. It could have been like 11 seconds and hysterical, but I don't know.
The fact that they gave Taylor Swift 10 minutes was obscene.
Well, they have to kill 10 minutes. What do they have?
It's
Like, seriously,
horrible.
if you're a Taylor Swift fan, and there's plenty of them, would you rather see 10 minutes of her or 10 minutes of the shit they're going to throw as filler? Like, come on. So, I'm not a Taylor Swift guy, but I'm sure she's talented and good and whatever. But if you ask me, do I want to see 10 minutes of, Billy Joel, or do I want to see another skit with Punky Johnson? I'm taking Billy Joel. So why not Taylor Swift? Whatever. She doesn't do it for me, but she does it for some.
Fair enough.
Go for
Zach,
it.
Pisha Do of the week. I got a bunch of candidates here
Pretty
for you.
tame week for assholes. Go on.
First one is Jim Harbaugh has somehow weaseled out of playing Ohio State for the second year in a row. Is he the asshole or the smart guy for this?
Well, both. But he's such a PU word. He's the worst. He'll never beat them. He'll never win a championship. He's just filling time there. He's Taylor Swift. He's just time filler. Go on.
Second one, CEO or ex-CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, is apparently they're trying to unionize the workers of Starbucks, and he went to some union meeting in Buffalo and compared unions to the Holocaust.
Yeah, not good. That's niche geek.
Niche geek. We've talked about this. You never should say the HO word. Pretty much,
you
ever.
Don't go there unless it's really bad and you're using it as a negative adjective. Like, oh, that CEO's like Hitler. Like you can use
even
it
then.
If you're on this side of the people.
Zachy, the comedy show that I watch on the before this is they have a South Korean guy, and he opens up with,
you don't have to qualify that. Is there North Korean comedians just like slay?
He says, "My parents survived the Holocaust." Big pause. Nothing happened. He goes, "They just chilled in Korea the whole time." It was good.
That's very good.
Good.
That's
I liked it.
Very good.
Third candidate, Verlander, was supposed to throw out an opening pitch at the World Series, and the Houston Astros lost their minds. The players, not the organization, because they're like, basically, hold on. You're on this team. You're not well enough to play the whole season. He was supposed to come back in the playoffs. Doesn't. No.
No, I'm with the Astros on that one.
I am too. I'm saying he's the asshole.
But did he actually throw the pitch out? Or
No, they didn't let him. They were like, no chance. No, we don't want this. And it didn't happen.
They handled it in-house. That should never have even gotten out. The asshole is the guy who leaked it.
Next candidate, going back to Red Notice, it came out this past week, The Rock. When he works out, he tends to pee in bottles when he's working out. When they asked him why, and he says, most of the time I'm working it out in gyms where there's just big metal objects and no bathrooms to use. I thought that was ludicrous, that there's no bathroom for him to use when he's working out.
Doesn't he have his own gym? He's worth like a gajillion dollars. He's worth all the money. All of it. Build a bathroom. Get a porta potty. Which is, by the way, the only industry where a cheeky name really works. Like Johnny on the Spot. Or
cheeky name. Da, 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 da.
Exactly. The Rock can't find a bathroom. Well, that's going to be the new Free Britney. The new big thing is going to be find The Rock a bathroom. Can you just get this guy a bathroom? Because now that she's free, it's all
I'm not done with her. Last candidate. I saw this online. They don't listen to this show.
Oh, I need more info. Does he throw the bottle out, or does he get like a 3-liter and just fill the thing? Like keep going till it's full.
He drinks it because it's sterile and he likes the taste. Catches a Houlihan. Last candidate. Facebook friend, nobody listens to this show. Of course, there was one of those dumb, stupid, somebody posted a question, a meme on Facebook, and then, some asshole responds to it, and then it pops up in your feed. But it basically said, could you go 2 years without sex for $700 million? And my Facebook friend's husband post, yes, tags his wife, where's my money? The wife
Yeah.
the wife responds with the middle finger emoji, and I was just like, "What an asshole!" I mean, maybe, but why do you put that out there? Why do
You
you
don't
even
need to
make that
put it
joke?
out there. It's implied. How long has he been married?
6, 7 years,
It's
long
implied.
enough.
Oh, it's implied. He should get his money. He's not going to have it anyway. But look at the check.
What a dickhead for writing that online, though. Like, I
He
could
has sex every Olympics. Like, it's just not going to happen.
winter or summer.
Winter. Yeah. So,
Celeb-
like, they just get off with the biathlon. But either
But
way,
to put that out there like that, I was like, come on.
you're engaged, so you might have it every so often.
So
But
winter and summer.
well, not with that mustache, but with a real mustache, you might. But once you get married, the sweatpants go on right away, and I mean mine. Forget what she's wearing. Whew.
Piece should do of the week.
Oh, I really, really, really want to give it to Harbaugh just because he's the worst at everything. He's a blowhard and stinks. But it's probably The Rock for pissing in a bottle.
So
That's
weird.
really nasty.
So weird.
Whipping his Schwanzau, which is probably tiny from all the steroids. So it's like a tiny little bottle.
All right. So you mentioned Free Britney.
You guys said you had dark trivia. I thought it was like serial killers or something.
I'll get there, Zach.
That's trivia? Serial killer trivia?
Look, for me, this whole Freed Britney, anything you want to talk about it is so blown out of proportion. It's overdone. People are acting like she was on death row. I mean, it's just one of these, she can't do this, she can't do that. That girl needs help. And I mean that in the most loving way possible is she needs a support system. I mean, she really does.
Should we do it? Like, get her on the show. We'll give her the support. You had your aunt, you had your tante. Let's get Britney. Let's go.
Segue to the fact is she doesn't give a flying F about so many people in this world that she wouldn't give them $5 if they needed a kidney transplant.
No, she would not.
And people are just going on and on about her. And I only wish the best for her. But the thing gets so blown out of proportion that it kind of reminded me as if she was on death row. So for today's trivia, I am going to be testing your knowledge on the death penalty.
Your scar is looking very good.
Go
on.
Question number 1.
Jesus Christ.
When it comes to the death penalty...
But wait a minute. You just had... You're going to a dark place and you somehow turned this into Britney. This went from death row to Britney, not other way around. You figured out a way to segue this in. I call reverse order on you.
As for the death penalty, the U.S. ranks 5th for the highest number of executions. Name one of the 4 countries that ranks higher, and I'll give you 3 strikes. I don't think you'll need them.
One of the 4 countries that ranks higher. Definitely Russia. Really? That ranks higher. Singapore?
One more.
Okay. North Korea. Is it by people or percentage?
Oh my God. It's by people. The amount of executions that are done.
Then it's going to be China. They got 1 billion people there, so let's go.
China was number 1.
I was going with like per capita.
Number 2, Iran. Number 3, Iraq.
Iran, I married. That's a married children joke. That's a Jefferson joke.
Jefferson, underrated character.
Oh, he's great. Shane Jefferson, how have you been? Iraq, Iran, I married.
And number 4 was Saudi Arabia. Question the second. Of those 4 countries I just named, which one of them still performs crucifixions?
Like nailed to the cross? I'm going to say Saudi Arabia because I think it's where Mecca is, and maybe some Christian people that show up. The others feel more tied to their specific religion.
Tied. I see what you did there. That was good.
Oh, I did something. I want everyone nailed. But yeah, Saudi Arabia, final answer.
Circle gets the square. Good job. The truth is, and apparently what they did was they actually beheaded the person and then crucified them.
Oh, that's Bush League. If you're going to do it, go all in. Go full Jesus.
When I was reading this, I was like, that is impressive. The other thing that came up when I was looking this up was...
cost effective. You just have to go to Home Depot and get some wood and some nails. Game over. A lethal injection's expensive.
How much do you think that costs? That's not question number 3.
Lethal injection? $400 for the cocktail. No, the Big Pharma? Forget it.
The Sackler family.
Exactly.
Looking this up, I found out that China apparently broadcasts their killings, but when I actually did more into that, apparently what they do is they have a reporter, their own version of Bob Costas, interviews the person, and then they go do it. I just picture him being
They
like
interview the executioner or the guy who's about to get killed.
the guy about to get killed. They do like a whole, because China puts it out there like, we're about to kill this guy. They
I
interview him
guarantee
first.
you, they've got better numbers than this podcast. The killing podcast.
You wouldn't watch that with some subtitles?
It's like Squid Game, but in real life.
That is essentially like the exit interview of Squid Game. It's like, oh, we're about to kill you.
Exit interview is exactly what it is. It's
Yeah,
Glory's
entry
last
and
ride.
exit.
Just say anything though. Just anything you want at that point. You're dead anyway in 4 seconds. Just let fly.
I think it's great. It's, they got some guy there named Do We Kill Him, and then he just goes and talks to him for like 3 hours. I thought that was fascinating.
I always think they should bring back the like gladiator style. Like what guy with a spear and a net versus a lion. If he makes it out, he forgive him for his crime. Whatever you did, it's fine. It's go get the lion.
You don't think that'll be on FanDuel and DraftKings with promo code Booze Your Daddy?
Absolutely. Dana White ringside.
Question number 3, plus or minus 4. On average, how many years do prisoners hang out on death row before their execution?
Oh, it's brutal. I'm going to say 18.
Correct answer is 22 years.
Plus or minus 4.
Attaboy. I had it at 3 and then I changed it to 4 today, so you just snuck in.
I snuck it in.
Question number 4. Over or under 25 states, the death penalty is still legal in America.
25?
So I'm picking 25 because
it's a 50-state country. I'm going to say under.
27.
Really?
Yep.
How about that?
And following up with that, question number 5, which United State holds the number for the most death penalty executions? I'm going to make this multiple choice. In alphabetical order, it is Alabama, Maryland, New Mexico, or Texas.
Well, Maryland, they're not really executions. They just happen.
Send them to PG County for the day?
Exactly. I'm going to go with Texas. Is it per capita or is it just sheer number?
By number.
All right, Texas then. Most people, most maniacs, Ted Cruz, just kill them all.
It is Texas by a lot.
Ton. Yeah, it's by a ton.
Texas has almost 600, and Governor Rick Perry has 300 under his belt alone. Yeah.
How many by his own hand? How many has he pulled the lever? Electric chair. In Texas, they might. Why do you think the power grid goes out all the time? Too many executions.
You're thinking. Zach, have you ever thought about your last meal?
My last meal? I mean, It would be a long one, prolong my life. I mean, probably steak, or I get something that's like really hard to find. It's like send them out there and go figure it out. I get real weird with it, like elephant. Let's go. Give me an elephant sandwich.
We did this one time. I don't know why this was like the question of the summer where we were talking about, because I mean, I know what I would have. It would be a choice of, maybe McDonald's or Olive Garden or maybe
that fuck McDonald's. I'm not classing it up.
A double fish fillet. That'd be amazing. But by the way, the best response this ever, not response, what happened was Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bomber guy, ate 2 pints of Ben & Jerry. That was his last meal. And when they asked him why, he said, because you just want to die from it anyways. And I was like, that guy's out of his mind. But anyway, we were talking about this one summer, and my buddy Seth, who I'm going to be seeing this weekend, he goes, bald eagle. I would want to know what bald eagle tastes like. And I was like, that is a fantastic answer.
Bald eagle sandwich. Elephant sandwich. Get something real weird and make the intern who's doing it, like, just go figure it out. You get anything you want, right? Go figure it out.
Anything you want. I thought this. I was like, this is ridiculous.
I mean, I don't necessarily like. I want to eat the warden. You're my last meal. Let's go.
Can you? It has to be legal. You can't eat a person, right?
I don't know. I'll find out. Eat the warden. Eat the warden's wife. Hey-o.
So Zach, nice little teaser I had today. No comment. Sexiest man alive over here.
I made a comment.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
My comment, no good? You guessed it. Frank Stallone. That's the sexiest man alive.
It was just funny because my cousin Shelby, she posted, wow, I'm actually enjoying these teasers more than the show, or as much as the show, I think she said.
Yeah, she likes to be teased. That's how you get all those kids.
You owe her a mazel, is what you really do.
Another kid?
Second one. Baby, yes.
I didn't see it on Facebook. I owe her nothing.
It's
Are we
on.
friends on Facebook? I don't know. She got friend me on Facebook, Shelby.
Find me.
Find me. Hit me in the DM. That's how babies are made.
So coming into next week, Zach, we said we were going to do another audience participation, and tis the season, right? And you know what holiday is the 25th, right?
Thanksgiving.
My birthday, more important.
Sure.
But we are going to be doing another audience participation, and we're going to make this one real specific.
Last year?
We're doing top 5 for us, and we're going to I'll ask everybody, but if people could send in, we decided
I don't give a shit what you're thankful for. Leave that stuff at your table. I hate when people ask what they're thankful for. Just make it interesting or make it what you like about the holiday. Don't tell me world peace.
We're going with favorite thing of the holiday or best part of the holiday or something. And it's an open-ended question. You can say anything you want to. I like the parade to I hate the post office. Thank God it's closed.
Number 4.
I worked at a grocery store. That was the best part, was it was always closed. Or is that Christmas? I get them confused.
You worked at a grocery store?
Oh my God.
Wait to go slumming.
It was my job growing up. Giant Food. You don't have them up here.
What's a Giant Food? How often do you guys get robbed?
Stop and shop.
Constantly?
I worked at the Gucci Giant.
The who, the what?
I worked at the Giant. That the parking lot was all Benzes and Porsches, and it was the nicest one.
Gucci Giant. Huh?
They called it the Gucci Giant. Yeah, it was nice. But I was the guy outside. I put the bags in the car when the cars would pull up. As a 15-year-old pitcher, I was bringing like $1.50 a shift. I mean, it was
they
good.
Tip you for that?
Oh my God, it was great. And you make sure
money.
You put the eggs up front. You make sure that it was so great. And then they took down those guardrails and they put what do they call it? Where you return the cart in the parking lot. So my whole shift was chasing carts around the whole parking lot.
You ever go for distance, like throw it from like 3 spots away so you can curve it in?
Only every time, and I do that now.
Yeah,
I mean,
too.
what do you? But
I try to read the green.
The same way, every time I walk by a trash can, I will shoot for the trash can, and the amount of times I miss from 3 feet away is so embarrassing.
80%.
And then you look around to see if anybody notices, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get it.
No, you just keep walking.
I'm not that bad. I would definitely do it. But my job, it was a great job until they took down those things, and it was miserable. I was like, oh, my whole shift was chasing things around. I hated it.
That sucks.
That's... there was something else just because we have time. My boy from Maryland, Kevin Durant, argues with people online to no end. Have you ever
he'll mix it up with you.
What the hell is wrong with him?
He's got time.
Does he? He had like burner accounts that he would like respond to his own tweets with, and then until one day the tenses didn't make sense, and somebody's like, "Hold on," and then you do the math on it, and apparently he's just responding to himself to make himself look better. Like he would say something, and then people would respond, and then he was responding to himself.
He's remarkably talented. So how much practice does he really need? Because he could just go out there and do it. Yeah. And he's hurt pretty often. So he's got time. He's got
really?
If you were Kevin, you've got time. If you were a celeb with your day-to-day, you'd be on like 9 burner accounts.
You think I go back and forth with people ever?
Maybe
Never.
You might. You'd be like Meatloaf. You'd be in 90 fantasy baseball leagues.
I'm in a couple of them.
Yeah,
but
fun. But
I had somebody today. One of my uncles is off the deep end left and just posts things all the time.
If I was a celeb, I would mix it up. I would respond to every tweet. Tweet.
Respond positively, or when somebody says something negative about you?
Both. I would have. I would answer honestly to everyone. Yeah, you're the best. Absolutely. You suck. Blow me. Like, come in here and say that.
Come say it in my face. No, like one of my uncles. He always is posting left-wing propaganda, and he posted something about how, people got the polio vaccine, this and that, and all I responded was, and kind of to get under his skin, was the polio vaccine was in trials for 25 years. That's all I said. The amount of people that have just taken shots at me under his Facebook is preposterous, and I'm not reading any of their crap. I couldn't care less what they have to say. I was making a joke out of it.
Get in. No. You threw a grenade and you walked away. Clean your mess up.
If my uncle says something, I'll talk to him. But one of his little stupid friends, I couldn't care less. He goes like, "Oh, actually, the coronavirus vaccine has been tested for what? It's been out for 2 years, if that." I'm not listening to this.
Hour and a half.
The guy sent me an article, and I was like, "This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. No way. No chance." People who go back and forth are idiots.
You answer nonsensical questions on Facebook all day long.
Sometimes.
Just get in there with them. Pull up your skirt, find your balls, and let's go.
Fair enough. I'll do it
Give
via
me his
text.
account. Sure, let's tag me in there. I'll get in there. I got nothing to do tomorrow.
But I think you're probably going to be on his side.
Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see how this thing shakes out.
I'll tag
But
you
I
then.
will respond to every comment if you tag me in the thread.
I'll start doing that. You're going to wish you hadn't.
Yeah, I'm going to wish I hadn't. But let's go.
Boo's Your Daddy the podcast. Thanks for listening to this episode. Send in your Thanksgiving, what's your favorite part things. We're going to do a whole big poll for next week. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. Daddy loves you.
Mwah. Delicious.
Yes.
Well said. That was nothing. What the hell was that?